Hey, it's Caitlin, and this is the new Save Image Mag.
Christina Davis, but I also go by Butterfly. An artist that I danced for, Megan Trainor, I had auditioned and she seen me audition, and when I dance, I'm pretty my movements are pretty strong, in your face, real intense. And so when she started talking to me, she heard my voice and she was like, wait, you talk like that? Oh my God, you're such a butterfly. And it's funny because I grew up in Philly, in the hood, and I would see butterflies and I always loved butterflies. And so everybody in the industry started calling me Butterfly, and that became my dance name and just how I live life. It's my brand, so yeah. I don't know if it's a fun fact, but I feel like it's a fun fact because a lot of people don't know this, but I was in foster care. And then I got adopted by my uncle. So I think that's a pretty big thing because a lot of people don't know exactly where I come from. So,
where are you from originally?
I am from West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Okay. So how'd you end up in LA?
I decided to drive here after I graduated. I came out here and I drove here. And yeah, that was an experience. I was homeless, went through a lot of stuff, but I drove here. Yeah.
So how did you get into dancing?
Well, when I was a youngin', I was a young bull, as Phili would say, I used to battle. I used to freestyle. A lot of my family would be we'd be on block. We had block parties. I don't know if they had that here in LA, but we have block parties, and basically block parties, you come out, they playing music and everybody riding bikes and battling and dancing. So I will always enter these contests, and even when we had cookouts at the house on the porch, I would be the one dancing. So I literally would just be freestyling, and I think my family seeing oh yeah, so they would throw me in battles. I'll be battling 30-year-olds when I'm 5 and literally just battling, and I would win. So I'm yeah, this is it. So I would go from block to block to block and just battle. I would just battle. My main creative skill. I feel like people know me for dancing, my expression through dance. I grew up doing it, and I just feel like that's the number one thing you'll know, she dances and she has passion for dance, so yeah.
How has moving to LA boosted your career? What is the difference between LA and Philly for a creative?
Philly, it's not that many opportunities, as I'm one of the people that I hope I could change that for Philly. But I grew up in the hood, so it's it's just not a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of closed minds when it comes to how far we can go as creatives, but it's a lot of talent in Philly. Philly is crazy talented. Thank God I came from it, and it definitely made me who I am. But LA has so many opportunities, man. It changed my life. I never thought in a million years I'll be able to travel and do all the things I do. Even when I came out here, I didn't even know how much you can make as a dancer, as a creative, none of that. I just yo, this is what I want to do. I want to be in LA. So when I got here, I went through a lot of trials and tribulations and a lot of things, was homeless and did all the things. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't get this opportunity if I was in Philly. So yeah. What? I love being a choreographer. It's definitely, I always danced. I always was the dancer because that's how I expressed from all of the things. I hope this is okay to say, but my mom was on drugs, my dad was on drugs, on alcohol and drugs, and I had a lot going on, and we were in shelters, and then, so I would, wherever I was, that's just that was always my expression. But now I feel I'm just so excited to see, I feel I've learned something about me when I'm a choreographer. I feel a lot of things I have to put myself in it, but I get to create on someone else, and I have to pull what looks good on them. And it's a challenge, and it's dope. I just love seeing the visual come to life. It makes me so excited. It kind of goes hand in hand with creative directing too, and doing all that. So I really love choreography. I just love putting that on people and really pulling out their personality in order to create. So it's dope, yeah.
What's different between being a creative director and being a choreographer?
I feel being a creative director, it's a little bit more of expansion. You can create a little bit more, like it's more in depth than, you know what I mean, as far as the setting and the story you want to tell. Choreography is similar, but I feel like it's not a one-track thing, but you're creating the movement to tell a story. But I feel like the creative direction, you're creating the setting of what the story is going to be, if that makes sense. Yeah. I have breakdowns. I have moments. I pray a lot. I look to God a lot. I look to my friends who also share the same mindset a lot, to pray to God and just kind of get through a lot of these moments. I feel like I basically just feel like since I was a baby up until now, I feel like you have to keep going. So like at the end of the day, it's a lot of things we can't change and we don't get moments back. So I can't really control how people act or how people are and what people do. It can hurt me, but at the end of the day, I have to keep going. I have to keep pushing. I have to keep taking it day by day, because if I stop, then my life changed and I won't be able to get to where I'm trying to get to. So I don't know. I just feel like you just have to keep going. So I just keep going. Whether I cry, scream. I take a lot of moments by myself in my place, in my room. And like I said, I have a lot of conversations with God and just be like, okay, I don't know what you're trying to teach me right now. And even though I don't see the vision, I just got to keep going. So, yeah.
What is the one thing that you deem unfair that happens in the industry? It could be anything you want. I know your personal stories, but like, yeah.
I think just people not really like appreciating you and your worth. I just feel like it's a constant battle of your worth out here, man. Like, and it's just, we're undervalued, we're overlooked. And yeah, just that battle of like just not being valued by a lot of people and just fighting for that. You know what I mean? Like, just like, no, this is my worth. This is what I want to get paid. This is, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to be appreciated. And I think a lot of people do. And so, yeah.
But do you think that will ever change? Because I see a lot of people that are higher and higher up in the industry and they still complain about the same things. So.
Yeah, I think it starts one heart at a time. That's what I always say. So I think it starts with us and how we treat people. But I also like people coming together. I think it's definitely going to change the more we come together. I think a lot of things, like even with the strike and just we'll start being appreciated for our work. We'll start getting paid more. We'll start just, you know what I mean, just really being valued for what we do. Yeah. I do, because I think that, here's what I would say. I know that we got to start somewhere. I started doing things for free, and then it clicked at a moment where I was like, all right, I have to stop doing stuff for free so I can actually be valued. So I had to start saying no. And I think that's what's going to help, though, is us coming together, as I mentioned before. Like, we got to come together to help our value be appreciated. Like, because if not, then yeah, when you have like, they'll hire somebody, obviously, who's going to do something for free. Like, no, this is my worth, and this is what they should be getting paid because that's their worth. But then if you got somebody who's like, no, I'll do it for free so I could just get the boost and the post and the, it's us changing that. So yeah, I do think it can affect it. And so if we come together a little bit more, I think it could change, yeah. I just want an artist that stick with me and just allow me to be. That's it. I just want to express completely being myself without any limitations and just, yeah, that's just the goal, is to get that. That's her, like, you know what I mean? So I just want to have my stuff really shown from every aspect of everything I do, from creative direction to opportunity was the biggest. I just feel like I'm just able to live my dream. And so with that comes a lot of big opportunities, working with a lot of different artists, celebrities, and traveling. And yeah, so I think that's just the biggest opportunity, that I got to leave Philly and basically, yeah, live my dream.
Do you believe in always taking the nice route in a situation?
Well, growing up, I always promised myself, because I've been through a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of stuff. I experienced a lot of stuff, a lot of hurt, a lot of pain. I always said that I will never treat people how I was treated. And so with that being said, I don't think it's like taking just the nice route. I take the God route. So I pray on it, and I just always want to keep a good heart no matter what the situation is. So just being honest, I think it's a way to be honest and still be a pure heart and have good intentions. So not moving maliciously, I think just overall is just it. So yeah, I guess that would be the good route. Yeah. A time limit to following your dreams. No, I don't think so. I think it's just, when I think of a butterfly and how you evolve, there's always, you go from the cocoon and then you have your wings. And so you just have to be open to transformation. So I don't think it's a limit. I think you just always have to transform and go with where your life is taking you, where your path is taking you. So yeah, I don't think it's a limit to living what you live. Not an age limit, you just gotta keep going. Just keep going. Yeah. The closet that I had, and then I just cut them all up, and I was like, all right. And so yeah, I came and I made this jacket, and it looked fly because the pants looked